Welcome. These are the top 10 commands you must know in Linux in order to do anything useful. Yes, you could use the GUI, Graphical User Interface, for all of these features, but sometimes it's just easier and quicker with Terminal, so why not take the time to learn them? First of all, we're going to open up Terminal, and you'll notice the first thing they had there was an update your operating system. Now, you could be very pedestrian, or you could learn the text command way of updating your system. So we're going to start with that. First of all, we start with sudo. This stands for super user. It elevates the permissions of your operating system or the command you're running as an administrator, meaning you can make system level changes. Without sudo, you cannot do this. So I'm going to type in sudo apt. Apt is a package manager to Debian and Ubuntu installs. So by typing in apt, you are in fact opening a packet manager. And a packet manager is basically a way of installing and managing software. So if we type in that and type in update, what this will do is ask us for a password, and then it will proceed to update all the software libraries that Ubuntu has access to. This will often take a few minutes, so you can go and make a cup of tea if you've got a particularly slow internet connection. I can see mine wasn't too bad. The next thing we're going to do is upgrade our operating system. So we type in sudo apt and we can type in upgrade. And this will then upgrade all our operating system files. And not only does it look cooler than if you just clicked an update button in a GUI, it makes you feel like you actually know what you're doing. And all you're doing is updating software packages. And by knowing that, you do know what you're doing. So we'll wait for that to install. And one of the great things about running an update like this is you actually get to see all the different software package names that are being installed on your operating system. For example, did you know you had OpenVPN pre-installed? Well, now you do. Once everything's been updated, we move on to our next command. How do you clear the screen of all this junk? Well, you simply type in clear and enter. Next, we're going to learn how to navigate our file system. And we're going to do this by first of all asking what is in our file system. And we do this with ls. Just type in ls and all your directories and files will appear. ls stands for list, and it's literally listing all your files and directories. The next logical command will be cd, which stands for change directory. You'd simply type in cd followed by the directory or full path you want to type in, so documents for example. Then we can type in ls again to list, and as you can see there's absolutely nothing here. That brings us to our next command, touch. Touch will allow us to create a file, so if we call it empty.txt and press enter, then type in ls again, we now have an empty text file we can edit. To edit this file, simply type in vim and then empty and then txt. And if you get this particular message, you can install it by typing in sudo apt install vim. And now you've installed a major piece of software on your OS. If you want to retrieve a command that you previously typed in, simply press the up arrow key and it will select any of the commands you've typed in before, which can be a real time saver, especially when you're performing repeated operations. So if we type in vim and then type in hello, and we type in hello world, and once we typed in hello world, we press escape, we enter colon, we type in w, and then we hit enter, and now that file has been written. Press escape again, colon, and X to exit the program. There's a command that many people confuse for password, pwd. What it actually does is list your location in the directory structure so you always know where you are. What if we want to move our file? Well, for that we type in nv, we type in the file name, and we type in our home directory, which can be represented with a tilde. Now when we ls, there's nothing in here, but if we go back a directory, which is cd ... and ls again, we now have empty in our home folder. And again, and if we want to make a copy of that file, we type in cp instead, empty.txt, then we type in / and documents. Then we press enter, and now we've got a copy here, and if we go into documents, we also have a copy here. So we've now learned how to move and duplicate a file. And the last command I'm going to show you is mkdir, which allows you to make a directory. So now I can make a directory called books, ls, and now I have empty and books in my file system. So we've now learned how to move with mv, copy a file with cp, list a directory with ls, list your location with pwd. We've learned how to edit a file with vim. We've learned how to raise permissions with sudo. We've learned how to update our system with sudo apt update and sudo apt upgrade. And with these basic commands in your arsenal, you can now manage your file system, create files, and edit them. Everything a new Linux user looking to learn the terminal should start with. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and please come back for another fantastic 10 commands that will be of a slightly more advanced level, but are still pretty essential to know. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment on my video to help promote me to popularity. Thank you for watching.